Hello there, Mad Mike here, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be doing something I've been kind of putting on the back burner a little bit lately, but I wanted to do a breakdown for the trailer for the new spin-off of the Big Lebowski, The Jesus Rolls, which stars John Turturro as the Jesus Quintana character from the Big Lebowski. And for those of you that don't remember that film, he's the big shot at the bowling alley. He always wears the purple shoes. He has the purple shirt that says Jesus on it. And John Goodman basically calls him a pedophile. And basically, this movie is kind of both a spin off for his character as well as a form of kind of it's a remake of a 1974 French film called Going Places. Now I've never seen that film, but it seems like it's just basically kind of taking this character from the Coen Brothers universe and giving him his own supporting cast, and then after that, sending him out on the road. So now that we've kind of gotten through that, by the way, this is not directed by the Coen brothers. John Turturro directs this. He stars in it. I believe he also wrote it. So basically, it's a trifecta. But here's the thing: is that John Turturro is a very good actor. He's been in films from very good directors and very bad directors, and this is a return to form, I feel like, for him, because, I mean, he was in all those Transformers movies. My God, he lasted through all those Transformers movies. And, he kind of had a bit of a stagnation after that in his career. I didn't really see him in much for a number of years after, I think the last one he was in was Dark of the Moon, I want to say. I don't know if he showed up in any other ones. But, he kind of took a hiatus after that, but now this feels a lot like good John Turturro. And let's get into the trailer. So when we first open up, we kind of see that Jesus is in a jail. He's getting released from a penitentiary. It's basically like his last day in prison. Also, by the way, this has a very star-studded cast outside of John Turturro. You also have John Hamm, who has a hilarious moment in the trailer, Christopher Walken, and Susan Sarandon. So there's a lot of people in this trailer that are very well-seasoned actors. And again, it feels kind of like, John Turturro was able to recapture the feeling of the Big Lebowski in what I can tell from this trailer. At least that's how it makes me feel. It makes me kind of go back to that kind of very dark, very messed up, kind of awkward comedy and awkward characters, and just the way that they kind of conduct themselves. And I really loved that about the Big Lebowski, was that it was so weird, it was so out there, but it was still funny, because you had the right actors playing the right parts, especially John Goodman. John Goodman is fucking hilarious in that movie. But going forward, again, back into the trailer. So John Turturro gets out. He goes and meets his best buddy, who's getting him after he leaves jail. And they both decide to go to this girl they know's house, except she's out with... Look, it appears that she's out with John Hamm. And they decide to steal John Hamm's bright orange sports car immediately after they got out of prison, which means John Turturro was on probation. And they also they have a little line that they drop at the beginning of the trailer where they say, "One more strike and you go away forever." So I'm assuming this is California. I can't remember where the first Big Lebowski took place. I think it was California. So he gets out, steals the car, then they bring the car back, and John Hamm catches them, and they have kind of a really funny exchange. And then at the end of it, John Turturro's friend decides he's going to run because he can't take it in jail, and John Hamm shoots him in the ass. Now, you don't know necessarily how they get out of this scenario, but you don't really see John Hamm again for the rest of the trailer as they progress through things. But from the looks of what it is, they somehow manage to get a ride, and they just start booking it across the United States. Now, the weird thing about this is, or booking it somewhere, they don't really specify where he's actually going. Only that they're trying to go somewhere, they have no money. So it's kind of an interesting scenario, but again, the trailer doesn't give away too much, which is good. You don't necessarily want to know why they're going someplace. You just want to know that they're going someplace. That's kind of the idea. You don't necessarily know the main goal. You just see kind of these hilarious things. John Turturro does a great job at reprising that role. I didn't think he had anything too amazingly insane in The Big Lebowski. I think he was overshadowed a lot by Goodman and by Jeff Bridges, and by all the other people that were a lot of the other people that were in that movie. Julianne Moore. So it's kind of a balancing act. It was a balancing act with that film, and he was kind of a side character. But I'm happy that that character's kind of coming back now and in this way because it kind of works. He has this really kind of funny exchange with this security officer as it looks like he's attempting to steal a shopping cart. I have no idea why. Um, Again, a lot of like really funny kind of little moments. They find out that the girl that they know, who I'm assuming they both slept with, has also slept with like 300 something dudes, which again is kind of a funny little thing. Then they have Susan Sarandon. Now the weird part about this trailer is that they appear to pick up two people who are also just getting out of jail. Susan Sarandon, who appears to be leaving some form of a maximum security women's prison, and then another guy at the end of the trailer, and it appears that they're planning something because they keep asking if they have a gun. And at one point they do actually have a firearm. It looks like a little 38 or something, like a snub-nosed 38 or something like that. Or maybe like a lady, maybe like a really small gun, like a Lady Remington or something. But they have that, and then at the end of it, it seems like they're trying to put together. It almost feels like they're trying to put together a team to do something, but I'm not really sure. Again, I'm not really sure what the trailer kind of just shows you a couple little points along the journey that are kind of amusing and give you the tone of the film, but they don't actually give away the story, which again is very good when it comes to a trailer. You do not want to give away the entire plot in the trailer. Right now, all we know is John Turturro got out of prison. He has a best buddy. They both know this chick. Apparently, John Turturro really likes Susan Sarandon. I don't blame him. And they got another guy out of jail from some random place, and we have no idea who he is. And they're all going somewhere to do something. Now, again, this may have something to do with the French film Going Places, which, again, I've never seen. I have also not read the synopsis for it. But I don't really know what to compare and contrast in this trailer in relation to that. So even if I did know the synopsis, I don't think it would really help me kind of decipher things in this. Now, again, they also have the bowling scenes because the whole point of the Jesus character is that he is an amazing bowler, and the whole thing that he licks the bowling ball, which is gross, by the way, extremely gross considering bowling alleys, but at the same time, it's like, okay, that's his moniker. That's his kind of thing that he does. They show a couple of scenes in some bowling alleys and stuff like that. Maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they're just jumping from bowling alley to bowling alley for shits and giggles. I don't know. But the tone is really what's important, and the tone matches very well with The Big Lebowski in terms of the level of the humor and how the characters interact and how how stuff plays out. The brand of humor that the Coen brothers are known for doing, from stuff like Big Lebowski and Fargo, that type of humor, it really shines through in this. The performances, again, at least from the trailer, look to be spot on. A lot of people in this movie are very well seasoned actors, and they were able to do some, and they're very convincing in their roles. They're able to do something that I think mirrors The Big Lebowski in a great way. This trailer actually got me excited to see this movie. Now, the movie actually does premiere in the United States on February 28th of this year. It premiered at, I believe it was a film festival last year, which so technically it has like a 2019 release date, but the public release date for it is going to be February 28th of this year, so in about a little under 2 weeks. But that's just kind of my opinion on it. As usual, I will link the trailer in the description below for anybody that would like to watch it. And as usual, I want to know your thoughts. So, put them in the comments below. Do you like the fact that John Turturro is coming back to a starring role? Do you like the fact that he kind of spearheaded this movie and he's coming back to this character from The Big Lebowski that really hasn't had anything done with it in, almost over 20 years? Or is this kind of like, I can kind of pass on it, or you didn't like the humor, or whatever. Again, put your thoughts in the comments below. I like to know what you're thinking. Remember to hit the bell for notifications, hit the like button, subscribe, and remember, I live my life free of compromise. Do you?